Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. Brought to you by the Fifth Dimension, or Third Dimension, or Zero Dimension, wherever you might be. Alright, the book is available. I don't actually have, I have all proof copies, but this is it. Gateway to the Fifth Dimension. Now available. It is on my site, and or you go to Amazon, I would tell her you can find it pretty easily. Kindle is available. And the Kindle has Kindle content. You just click on it and you go right to the page. So that's cool. I didn't realize how hard it was to format one of these. It's you think you can just copy paste it, everything's fine. Oh, think again. So I've been fighting with the spine. Yeah, because the spine, the text on it, I could never get it right. I should have had the designer do it, but I didn't know how long it was going to be in this first book. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I figured I can do it myself. Boy, was I wrong on that. So the text on it, I got it okay, and then I submitted it to Amazon. They said it's too big. It's like, why didn't you tell me that before? I got like 10 copies here. So actually, it's probably in their guidelines somewhere. So I got like 10 copies of rejects, only because of the spine mostly. Everything else is fine. So, alright, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. This is only for bizarre people only. Anybody normal won't be finding this anyway. So, yeah, the real world is strange, and I kind of wore myself out connecting to the real world. I've been feeling a lot of Andromedan energies. You know, for first contact and stuff like that, always for individual contact, which is kind of interesting. I wasn't really expecting that. I just sort of just left the door open for it, so we'll see how things go. It's no time soon. They keep telling me I'm not ready, but it's like I tell them I'm ready, but sort of get silence there. So the world's not ready, somebody's not ready, somebody out there is not ready. I wonder who that might be. Those that have been to the Super Bowl, I'm assuming. They make themselves pretty obvious. So that's alright, I guess so. Tonight, yeah, I'm gonna go into one subject and then go into another one. So yeah, I'll get this out of the way, get all my nonsense out of the way. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get my brain working. Okay, there's the rabbit. Jeez. Every time I think this thing's gone bizarre, it keeps upping the ante. Alright, this is I haven't told that comment. This is where you find the book. I might change that. Oh good, it didn't work. Oh well, I forgot. Now everything just went to hell. That's right. Oh well. That's where it's going to be. Shit. I forgot there's an issue with it. I'd fix it afterwards. I don't think I can find it without. Oh well. Anyway, it's going to be there. We have private sessions throughout the week. We have One-Head channel, Be Bizarre. We have Google Hangout, Zoom channel by phone. You have social. We just go through. Spirit Social is 7-day for delivery, same as here. We have other channels here to do recommend, Social Network, and Madness, as you can see. Alright, thank you for joining us. Jeez, yeah, I was fixing that, and then I built the page, and then it disappears, so I had to rebuild it, and I forgot to link it. I'll do that afterwards. If I remember, try to do it. Remember, so that's pretty cool. I got the book out, second book I started working on a little bit. Trying to kill myself. Today I'm connecting to a lot of stuff, so I'm worn out. So, especially at work, and trying to keep my self on a normal track. Well, before we go into tonight's subject, I know I might beat this one to death. So that feline energy that I talked about before, the Takura energy. I'm gonna go back into that. I'm not done with that. So this morning I woke up and I remembered something that I forgot, because years ago I had a session with Takura with a channel. I'm not gonna mention that. I'm gonna go into it. And I remember Takura telling me and this is what kind of started it all, because I forgot. This is back in 2015. I'm not going to remember this shit, you know. It's not something... Anyway. Happened in 2015. Basically what she said... I don't remember the exact wording of it, but I don't... She said, like, basically... And remember, this is a feline alien, you know... Not all felines are like this, thank God. But this is kind of what set everything up for where we are today. Basically, she said it's like, you know, her wording of it was kind of a low hit. Because she said she doesn't know why my lifetimes have always been so difficult. It needs, you know, and just the way she said it is like, it's like, you know, if you're an alien, don't you know better than... I mean, I know you're being channeled, so I guess the channeler is full of himself too. But I said the alien and the channeler are kind of full of themselves. Don't you know this is part of soul growth? And to say something like that was like, it kind of pissed me off after a while. I thought about it, it's like, you're an alien. Are you that stupid? So it's like, so that kind of set me off. Was like, that should piss me off basically when she said that. It's like, don't you know that, you know, life in the gutter has a purpose? To see people like yourself that are kind of prestigious, kind of full of yourself, so we can see you better. So, you know, we're here in the gutter, you know, we're not fancy, we're laughed at by everybody, and you got this alien being with her head up her ass. And it's like, and so, you know, so when she connects to people that are living pretty decent lives or something, she's not going to say something to put a foot in her mouth. So over time, this wasn't, remember, this is over years. So she kind of pissed me off. This is it took me a while to digest that, and it's like, God, what an asshole. So it's like, you know, just the way she worded it, it was like, I don't have the exact wording. But it was like, what a dickhead. I still remember that. I don't remember anything else. I think I remember that mostly of anything. And seeing with the channeler's history made a lot of sense. So over time I heard stories and stuff about the channeler and just BS. I mean, real stuff that's kept under the rug. And I wasn't surprised. So it's like over time, it's like I wasn't surprised. It's like this is just a bunch of bullshit basically. This being, there's another side to this being that's garbage, basically. And I found it. And it pissed her off. I think we've been kind of fighting it out here and there, too. So I kind of saw a side of herself that she doesn't want people to see. Let's put it that way. And it's not good. I think she's very two-faced. This is for the alien church colony. You know, she's super two-faced. You know, she puts on this story. Oh, I'm just so nice. Yeah, it's all bullshit. It's just a facade. It's just people. You're going to take what they want to hear. So, you know, over time, people will realize what's going on. Like, I told you so. But I've heard stories and stuff. I felt energies that should not be there. And this is over years. Not like I'm fighting with her all the time. No, she's super pissed at me right now. She's like an asshole. It's not to say all felines are a piece of shit, but this one is. I'm calling her out. She's phony. She's part of that colony bullshit. And I mean, I know people need this for soul growth, but realize soul growth, you know, is can be a bitch. So some people don't want to hear it, but there are alien scam artists out there, and I think I found one. So I think there's other stuff. Yeah, she puts on this story. See, people aren't used to understanding all this. This is all still new. So when somebody says this being's full of shit, yeah, not going to go very well. So that's pretty much the heat I've been getting recently. Yeah, it's a joyous world out there. Yeah. Ouch. It's heavy. So yeah, I found a weak spot in the BS basically, and she don't like that, and I've been here kicking and screaming ever since. So she hears me around me, she's pissed. I piss her off every time. It's like she pissed me off too for all that bullshit she's shoving in everybody's ass. So yeah, I know it's controversial, but you sometimes have to put out what's going on. Some people don't want to hear it, but it's kind of like that Bill Cosby shit. Nobody wanted to hear that either. It's like, Bill Cosby, are you serious? Bill Cosby? Hell, I've never had problems with that. You know, it took me a while to get used to that shit. Now he's in jail. So, it's like, you heard it here, folks. If you don't want to accept it, I don't care. You want to go to that crap? Go for it. It's all yours. But what if it's all bullshit? Hey, it's your deal. I'm not here for your growth. You're here for your own growth. So, somebody's got to say it. So, if you wonder what the hell I'm talking about, it's in the Neutron video. It says feline something. People are going to say I manifest it and all that. Are you fucking kidding me? See, once again, it's like protecting Bill Cosby. It's like, oh, he's so. You're just making all this up. Or Harvey Weinstein, same shit. It's like, what? No, that would never happen. No, it's the same thing. So, oh well, I'm gonna get some heat. It's just the way it is. Alright, so next on the list. So, with all of like alien contact and everything, like manifesting them here, which is not going very well. Well, yeah, sort of yes or no. I'm kind of connecting the way I used to, before I even got fully involved with this. So I used to connect to a being and channel their energies, you know, just through conscious channeling. I would get weird shit, just like Iraq, like a Stargate under in Iraq and all that. It's like, what am I connecting to? It's like, I know, I knew like a whole, it's like, I think I'm gonna, instead of making t-shirts, I'm just gonna make insane asylums with my name on it, and even straight jackets with my name on it too. It's like, what the fuck? So yeah, I was going to go into a land of the bizarre. So what I picked up on, I don't remember who I connected to, because it was earlier this morning, but either way, we're going to go a little bit further, see how far I can get. Like World War II, what I got was, you know, these nuclear bombs, you know, for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I think I said that right. They're not just bombs, they're also open portal dimensions too. What I get, now it could be wrong, or I don't know. It feels like it's right, but maybe some beings don't want it out there. Is like with those bombs being dropped, also opened up a gateway to other gateway, name of the book, but Stargate energies too, from what it feels like. I'm not sure where this, I don't know if there's I don't think there's any I looked a little bit, but I didn't look that far into it. Not very far at all. I forgot about it actually. It feels like there's a lot of Stargate energies in those areas where those bombs were dropped. Of course, there's stories about opening up a Stargate and throwing a bomb through it, but with the bombs going off, it also created Stargate energy, from which what I could receive from it. Obviously, you're not going to, you know, they're not going to be a mainstream energy on that. Somebody said it's false, but probably because they don't want it out there, is my feeling on it. You know, it's like, always put the possibility of it out there. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, it means, I mean, it's partly so other beings, it's like an entry for other beings that we don't see. It's like, it's another way to open the gateway for whoever to come in that should not be here. Now, is it closed? Now, possibly it's just closed. It might have been open. Well, let's put it this way. After the bomb hit, it opened up a gateway. Let's put it that way. And maybe not so friendliness came in. Maybe it's closed now. It's a possibility. Maybe it's somewhat open here and there. But when you drop those bombs, atomic bombs, you know, it's going to do something. So, obviously, they dropped a bunch of them in the Pacific Ocean. Bikini Islands, I think. So there's a lot of stuff out there too, but it feels like Russia did the same thing. I think those are a little bit different from what it feels like. It feels like the ones that are dropped in Japan had other things involved with it. At least, I don't know. alien involvement. Like, those are the two that opened up gateways. The others, I don't think the others did that, from what it feels like. But the ones that hit Japan was like, this is something new. And you can say after that happened, they shut down the other ones. Let's put it that way. But it feels, however long it was open, it's not being very clear. Obviously, it feels like a lot of beings don't want it out there, but it feels like it did open up a gateway for unwanted entities to enter. It also affected Agartha quite a bit too, from what I gathered. So it's like those bombs are another way of creating Stargates. You can say, is it a star? It's a portal energy. I would say it's still a Stargate energy. You have the right technologies to open up a Stargate portal. Let's put it that way. At least from what I'm gathering. So let's go back to our. This one might be of interest to some people. Now I put the name Oppenheimer in the description, and this is the guy who's a big part, destroyer of worlds. One interesting about this guy, from what I feel, is this isn't the first time he's done this. He's been successful in destroying worlds on many incarnations. It's just kind of funny how these people incarnate at a certain time, a certain place, and just be, just happen to be at the right place at the right time, connecting to Einstein. Oh wow, what a coincidence, So, obviously this is something in the plan for a long time. He's like a backup, you can say. I don't think they were always thinking they were going to go in this direction, but just in case, he's here. And if they didn't do the bomb, he would live a nice, boring life. Obviously they used it. But yeah, this is not the first time he's detonated something like that. The other ones I feel like has actually destroyed worlds. I'm not seeing stars, but definitely worlds. Now you can drop those type of things in a star, but yeah, it does cause a ripple effect for sure. But so it's something else for you to connect with a lookout, extend your energies to a different point of view, further out to what we're being told, at least. So this is Oppenheimer. He played a big role in the atomic bomb, and also everyone else involved with the atomic bomb has obvious. There he is with Einstein. There's a lot of alien energies obviously involved. Oh yeah, see, that's the thing. You get these messages in the morning, you can't remember everything. Let's see if I remember. Okay, maybe not. Let's see, with Stargate technologies, obviously this is all ancient technologies, but you can say those bombs were used for, to open up different dimensions, obviously, done in the Atlantean time period at a higher vibration. That, what we have is nothing compared to what they use, apparently. It's like, jeez. I mean, apparently, yeah. Well, that would, you can incinerate the body. Yeah, they just wipe the bodies out altogether. It's one way to lower down the population. Yeah, Atlantis did that a lot, from what I can feel. It doesn't mean they wiped out the entire population, but then again, you never know. I don't think so, but they wiped out quite a bit of it. Let's put it that way. So, of course, that gives a whole nother. This explains why a lot of us have reptilians for brains, and why we are our population is the way it is, because most of the population got wiped out. Maybe it wasn't through a flood, it was through something else. So there's always that scenario. Of course, you don't have to connect to that if you don't want to, but obviously there's different timelines you can connect to. But it tells you too that World War II was already in the timeline bank ages ago. It's not something that just popped up. I mean, for us it did, but in the spirit world, that was already in the pipeline. Means to an end, something like that. So with let's see here. Yemen is still a hot spot. Iraq is a hot spot, but very protected by military, because there is a lot of alien forces. I believe a lot of Illuminati energies are there, and of course they want military to protect whatever the hell is over there. Obviously they don't want to make that an easy place to connect to. Now, reaching into this is when I was connected to, I can't remember who it was. It was Anunnaki or the reptilians. I'm trying to remember what they said earlier today. Well, part of it, they wanted the bomb to, if I remember that, they wanted the bomb to go off for certain reasons. It wasn't just to stop the war. They had other, I don't remember what it was. If I remember, I'll bring it up. So, it was earlier. It was early. I should have wrote it down, but sometimes you get messages, you can't remember every single thing. Obviously, it doesn't matter. But yeah, the bomb was done by many alien beings that they wanted. It's like they're obviously they had to they had to get rid of. It wasn't just the war; those other alien beings that are here to wipe out. But of course, and they wiped out a lot of because it affected a lot of aliens too. It wasn't just humans, but also it feels like it did open up a door for other beings to come through, and some of them did come from Agartha that were not supposed to be here, that caused difficulties. Not giving me the full details of what that is. It does feel like it had a lot to do with our DNA being changed, because when you look at people in the 1940s and 50s, our DNA, people look different. It seemed to have something to do with the DNA. We do get upgrades, we do get different or downgrades. It feels like we got a big downgrade. So since however you want to look at it. So with us connecting to the higher dimensions, basically we are connecting more to the fourth dimension slowly, from what I feel, because the only way for that to really work is as you start thinking differently. It's a gradual change. Eventually the news organizations will chill out their negativity. People will call them out more in a different way. It's like, I see a reptilian behind you talking to you. You may end that shit. That's going to become part of our reality, where people are just going to pick up on this stuff little by little and don't know what the hell they're talking about. Even the person saying don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they know what the hell they see. So it's like sometimes, it's like we're going to go into this alien reality where we know that they're here. Now, when is that? I mean, it's technically starting now, but we got a while for it to integrate into our society. So reality right now is not that exciting, right? Music is kind of diluted. Everything's kind of diluted. So we're pumping in the new energies little by little. And just alien knowledge is going to become commonplace right now. A lot of people are afraid, or just thinking about this is like bogus craziness, being part of the old thinking, the old-fashionedness, and even all eras go through it, but not like this. I mean, this is now going outside the planet, connected to beings from wherever, and you're kind of going off-world. And that's obvious. Even during the Renaissance, it was still kind of a strange change. Even through any type of world event changes, it's very controversial in the beginning. I imagine when automobiles were introduced, a lot of people hated them, didn't want anything to do with them, thought it was evil, whatever it might be. Now they're everywhere. So it's like some things adapt easy, and some things are not the easiest. So this is kind of like a big jump. Of course, it's not going to happen right away. There's a lot of Stargates around the world that was started during World War II, basically also to help us and sometimes cause more difficulties, but we kind of need a little bit of both energies to learn. So some beings that are here to cause difficulties are here to set up, they start things up, and then you bring more positive beings to kind of heal their direction, because negative beings can't open up new possibilities, new doorways, new directions. They're not all useless. They do have a purpose. They do timeline changes. You call them whatever you want. I mean, some people's version of negative is like, it's not negative at all. They call them something else, whatever the hell you want to call them. But sometimes, and of course, any change comes, people call that negative. So are they negative, or just in other dimensions? It's not called positive and negative. I think they have a different term for it. for our reality, it's called negative because that's what we perceive as. It's just a different way of looking at things. Of course, we're on the hell planet, which is a very necessity because other worlds aren't able to handle these type of energies, and our world was built just built just right to handle everything that we're going through, taking your reality into its lowest connection, and now we're going into an upgrade that is not going to be the easiest, but yeah, it's not going to be easy. Because many people feel they're connected to fantasy and all that and spaceships, but that is the fourth dimension. Fantasy, they talk to us through fiction. So the higher dimensions talk to us through fiction. So you might sound like fantasy, but actually it's a higher dimensions talking to us. That's very difficult for some to digest. So it's a weird reality we're living in. And we're going into a new phase of existence here. We're the early stages of it. We're technically turning into like astronaut beings in some ways, or spiritual scientists, you can say. Galactic scientists, you can say. Connecting more to diverse beings and just opening up the matrix. The Andromedans are here. Let's see if I can get one. Let's see what I can get from any of them. So how I'm doing this, like when manifesting these beings, I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday. Basically, I'm just connecting their vibration, and like a reptilian, I just connect to their energies, wherever they are, the Empire. I feel they're more reptilian Orion beings. I connect to their energies. I kind of go up into, like connect to their collective. And they're not so pissed off about my visiting anymore because I can just feel their vibrations. They're a little bit before they're like, get the hell out of here. What the hell is he doing here? Because I can feel my energy there. But not so much anymore. They're kind of warning for me. They are giving me a lot of downloads, so I guess I got kind of worn out yesterday. So yeah, they're preparing me. They're not ready. Nobody's ready. But the idea of their appearing is getting stronger. The timeline still has a way out there. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's just the words that's talking about it. Some people just connect to this and just see something right in front. It'll probably be mostly energies at first. You might see something in your third eye, but also you might feel like kind of like a holographic energy around you, possibly. And it'll just come out of nowhere. It's probably going to come when you least expect it. The holographic energy or something like that would disappear. It'd be kind, I wouldn't worry about it. And you just say, wow, I just saw somebody, So it's slowly, they can do that instantly. Obviously, they're not ready, etc. Timelines aren't ready. So the reptilian energies, I don't go in there fighting or anything. I just sort of visit them. Are they positive, negative? I don't really look at it that way. I just connect them. The positive ones, obviously, are are a lot lighter. But the negative one, the enforcers, I call them, are created the matrix. So I kind of go around. It's like, how do you shut off the matrix? it's like, do you have a kill switch anywhere? No, they don't. It's actually created through their consciousness. They make sure that it is technology created through their consciousness. It is a massive energy force, not just through them, but through other beings, because other beings feel like they need to be a part of this too. Positive, not so positive. Well, we call it word. Like I said, I don't think negative really. The word negative really doesn't exist in the higher dimensions. It exists here, but really doesn't. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll just go by what we got. Let's see. Yeah, it's a higher consciousness through the alien energies, actually. Archons, yeah, it's like their consciousness connects to technologies. Technologies, from what I gathered, created our vortex around us that we're existing in. And there's a lot of things you're going to see differently over time. Now, yeah, a bubble through the matrix, you're seeing another reality. See, the skies look differently. Other planets that you did not see there before. A lot closer to us. You're connecting to the other dimensions. Let's see here. What I'm connected to is neutral reptilian beings. They're not really the ones that are causing the difficulties here, but they're ones that are acknowledging, the presence of them, and not everybody's talking, but they, many humans here are kind of terrified of all this, of linking us with them, but you kind of have to be that, what's the word, Christopher Columbus, but without all the death. Kind of have to go out into unknown waters, and you're kind of doing it spiritually instead of getting on a boat and doing it. So anybody can do this. Let's see here. My mind wandered a little bit. One moment. Let's see here. It's not the easiest energy to connect to. Let's put it that way. They're evaluating all processes of us connecting to them in the physical form. Basically, people just feel as they want this to happen. They'll just feel more. They'll feel their intuitive energy. It's kind of like an exercise for intuitiveness, for your psychic abilities. It's kind of like exercising it. It's like, if you want these beings to show up, well, connect to them and ask them to show up. It's that simple. They might say no, but at least but it'll give you other information too. Let's see, such as Mother Earth, yes, integrated to all beings. She does welcome not all beings. She does kick many of them out. Some of them are seen in your fiction as monster-like beings, though a lot of them are kept off the planet, but they're out there in the universe. You have enough trouble as it is to get along with each other, which you have. But so through fiction, you kind of get an idea how this galaxy operates. Well, you don't get a full idea, but certain creatures, beings, through fiction, you get kind of an idea. Anything with alien energies around it. Again, not all beings are here, but some of them are on the outside. Some of them got kicked off the planet, but they come through fiction just to say, I'm here. Don't you want to connect with me? Example, I saw a thing on Howard the Duck, the movie, and it had this overlord creature. It was not pleasant. It turns into this nasty thing. That's outside the planet. I don't think it's here. I think it wants to be here, so it came through in fiction instead, from what I'm gathering. I know. Yeah, welcome to Looney Tunesville. Well, this is the fourth dimension. Let's see here. Connected to the Andromedans, they are very much involved with bringing in magic to humanity. They're very kind to our souls here. They don't want to take over, but they do want to add to our consciousness. As we become less afraid of them, you will see them more. The idea of their existence still brings shivers to many, as this is something new. So don't expect anything drastic to happen anytime soon. It'll just slowly come into your consciousness as humans are ready. Now, those that feel like they are ready, some of them are being held back because it's not time. There are timelines for it. There's several timelines active at this time, but you are coming closer to a new age of enlightenment, where the fear is no longer dividing you, because humanity right now is divided by fear, as you can see. Many don't really, you're not going to a mall and everyone's saying, hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you? You look great. It's not much of that happening. Everyone's an individual. So there's a lot here that needs to be healed, as you can see. And there's a lot of darkness that has to be, human alone has to let go of. And you're in the earliest process. Yes, doing healing is one thing. That's good. But the human consciousness on a global scale is still very blocked, as you can see. Iraq, obviously, poor regions, gangland in California. Gangland in California shows superior energies in some degree, that they can survive anything. They're very brave. They can see an alien being, and they have been connected to them. They see them, but they don't know what the hell it is. I mean, they don't see them, but they connect to the energies of it. That's kind of like the gangs around the Earth. You said that's a lot of stuff coming from Orion. Not all coming from Orion, but it kind of gives you an idea of Orion manipulations going on the planet. Meaning some beings take the side of the Crips and some other aliens of the whatever they're called, the other side, the Bloods, you know, and they call it as a divide. So there's different alien beings that are from other star systems that are involved with that. So yeah, I can call it manipulation. Some people sign up for the type of stuff though. They want to experience that. They want to experience it. That's one hell of an adventure. Yeah, you can have that. It's a dark direction, obviously, but some souls want to stay in the reincarnation cycle too. So if you're in a lot of negativity, like a gang, if you get killed in a gang, it's most likely you're going to incarnate back into another gang. Not always, but there's a high possibility of it. Maybe not in that gang, but some other gang, because you're used to those energies. It's like being reincarnated in a doctor's family. You're used to being a doctor, so when you leave, if you want to come back here, you can come back as a doctor. Sometimes, not always, but it depends. But some just continue those lifetimes. Like, you've been a doctor in this lifetime 100 times. I mean, you know, lifetimes. Same as a gang. Well, you can say the gangs are a lot part of the old wars, the old civil wars of the deep past. You can say the Dark Ages. It's been modernized, which makes a lot of sense. So it's not as prominent as it used to be, because it used to be war everywhere. So things are, I mean, it has to keep a war going around somewhere. And some are used to war and they don't know how to get rid of it. That gang life, getting hurt, getting abused, getting this and that, they're used to that. They don't know how to let it go. So that's, once again, soul growth. So there's just another way of looking at things as a divide all across the planet. So for alien connections to truly work, now they are working now, but for alien visitation, obviously the whole planet has to kind of come together. So people are talking about we're in the new Earth. Yeah. Well, maybe they are individually. But worldwide we have a while to go. Now, that does not mean that we won't have alien visitation with ships. But as for people connecting more to the alien energies, Earth can continue to get stronger. And Anunnaki do show up to a lot of politicians because they get really pissed off at them sometimes. And even show up to the Illuminati and show, like the Illuminati, the human Illuminati, at least the higher ups. I mean, higher up. I don't know how high you get, but they see the alien beings all the time. So I don't know how often, but it's more than, well, we see it too. We're not aware of it. We're not really connecting to it. See, they connect to those vibrations all the time. I don't know if it's like their main focus, but they know that they're present. I don't know if it's their main focus or not, but probably not. So for us, basically downloading new knowledge is, for a big part, is self-forgiveness, because some feel like they're bad humans. I'm bad this, I'm bad that. There's a lot of self-love that still needs to be. It's not everybody, but some have like, oh, I'm just a crappy human. Well, you come into a crappy existence to, make a positive out of a hard life, basically. Take a hard life and just turn things around. It's not easy, but you are what you are, and just being human obviously is not a simple endeavor. So the Andromedans have been worlds, yes, more complicated than this one. This one is a walk in the park compared to other planets, but this one is essential for soul growth for the human species. Basically, see itself as a powerful creation and to be able to balance itself. Right now it's showing its darker side because it's not ready to let go of it worldwide, but it hasn't been given the tools to understand. Not everybody is resonant to the same energies. That's why more healers, more psychics, more teachers connect and share your abilities. Doesn't mean you have to save the world, but you're tuning yourself to a higher dimensional frequency is what you're not used to. when people shut like, oh, this is all nonsense, they're not ready to connect to the higher frequencies for obvious reasons. It's not, it's not on CNN, it's not in your mainstream, obviously. But they still have a lot to learn. This reality, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. So it doesn't mean, I mean, yeah, you might think around different levels or whatever, but some people are very advanced here. They're still learning this reality, and they're just not ready to let it go. So not to say they're better or worse or anything like that. It's just because there is some of that out there. That, oh, we know about aliens, we're better than the human race and all that. That can be a break. It's like, that's not going to help anything. It's like, yeah, get it, yeah, light that fire on that ego. So, yeah, there's a whole group dedicated to that. It's like getting over yourself. Because a lot of people have gotten over themselves, but there's some that can't. It's still new. It's still weird. This whole thing is bizarre. So we're going into a new age that we're going to have a majorly growing pains. The alien energies are slowly being introduced, at least on a psychic level, where it'll become like a wave of energy, of knowledge. The mainstream media will pick up on it eventually. Right now they're in denial of it. They're not ready for it. They're terrified of it. Which makes sense. Even like, what do they call it? Is it Hay House? Hay House is the psychic, whatever the hell it is. I don't know if anyone connects to aliens there. I doubt it. I think they're open to it, but some are actually scared of it from what I feel, but maybe not. That is pretty mainstream. That's a mainstream outlet. So yeah, this is all still kind of niche for right now. Obviously, it's mostly because of fear. It's not niche because it's just most people are scared of this shit. It's like, I'm serious. It's like the majority of the population is, they hear me talking about it or others, and they're just like, they hear the version that they want to hear about it. But for the most part, you can feel the fear. You just sense it. It's not that hard. I mean, this is crazy stuff. This is like fourth dimension, where you have flying people, talking to aliens like it's no big deal, connecting to the AI of a ship, taking to the mothership, whatever it might be, be able to, have a ship go up and down, left and right with just using your mind. That is the fourth dimension. Yeah, we got a while for that. So, I mean, that's just to give you a glimpse of what I picked up right there. So there's a lot of layers that we're just, so we're just basically getting used to the vibrations and sharing with others that this is, this is the new age, and it's, growing pains. Yeah, I just feel mostly consciousness is like, yeah, we feel you. Go away, or we're not ready for you, whatever it might be. Seeing the age, the Renaissance, when all this is accepted by society, is going to be like you're on crack. It's going to be up and down. People are going to like it, hate it, wherever it might be, but it's going to be in the consciousness. It's going to be going, going, going. It's like, it's going to be a high, and it's also going to be hell. Because it's like people are disagreeing with it, they like it, they hate it. And some people are going to hear it and just be like totally ugly about it. You're kind of seeing that now a little bit. So there's a little bit of a scuffle now. So yeah, we're going into a new age that is unlike anything we've ever, I think it's unlike anything we've ever experienced. But there's no significant timeline for it. It's just slow. No, like what they call it, the event. I mean, technically this is the event, but it's a slow event. It's just basically you change and look at things differently. You just might, I mean, I'm getting just worn out. I'm going through change, feel the DNA change, stuff like that. It's like, it's basically, I guess they're working on this so I can connect their energies a little bit easier. And of course, you're upgrading this body that it can handle it, but yeah, it has to be adjusted. So there's a lot of it's like you have an old car, you got to put in a new engine or something like that. It takes time, something like that. Maybe that's not the best analogy of it, but we're more advanced in a car. I just heard that. So with the Stargates and all that, World War II, A lot of beings are against the atomic bomb energies, obviously, but many felt it was necessary. Yeah, they gave me, I guess they gave me a download and then took it away. Because it made sense, but I don't remember what it was. It felt like they removed it, because I can't remember shit. It justified why they did it. Not just because on, for a human level, but another level, but I can't. They took it out. That doesn't matter. Let's see. They didn't just let it happen just to see it happen. It's like, we'll just see how this goes. It's like, what kind of talk is that? It's like, here, we'll just annihilate all these people and see how things go. We'll just see how that goes. It's like, that's not how that works. I wouldn't think so. Like I said, I believe the atomic bomb was already in the timeline ages ago. You know, you can say all our timelines are done maybe when the Earth was created. You're not going to tell me that. Some people might say that. Yeah, it's, you know, or basically it's like turning a page in society. That's one way of doing it. But it was necessary on many fronts, obviously. For Stargate energies that are being birthed, yeah, there's a lot of Stargate energies. Well, more of you are going to connect to it too over time. Not now. Well, some might be able to pick up on it in certain places around. There are, I would say, around the, at least Stargate, not technology, but the energy forces. I mean, you build Stargate, at least in my take on it, you use Stargate technology to open up a portal. So portal energies obviously are everywhere. Your forests are a strong energy for portal, you know, coming and going. Huge, you know, Amazon forest, Amazon.com, Amazon forest. Amazon.com is said as, oh, the biggest bookstore in the world, but maybe it's also the biggest Stargate, the biggest portal in the world. You know, I look at things a little bit differently too. It's not just, yeah, on the surface it might say, oh, the biggest bookstore in the world, but also Amazon, they're kind of talking to you also in a different way. Amazon's now everywhere, and maybe I'll look at it from a different point of view. It's like we're alien Amazonians from another world that we've been here for a long time. It's like, and now you're finally saying hello to us, and we are connected to the Aztecs. You getting that kind of vibe? It's like you might, well, South America, Aztecs, not that far away from each other. Does that give you a little bit different take on what's going? Well, I feel from those being, there are some Amazonians, I don't know what the hell to call them. So it's kind of like, yeah, you got to look at things a little bit differently. It's like, it might seem like a crazy person's talking, but then again, our reality makes absolutely no sense. I mean, you turn on the news, it's all crying. You look at the news, people are chasing a ball. Sports, they're just chasing a ball around, and that's called popular. So, you know, what do we know? It's like we're still in diapers, you can say, technically. So we were here to grow up and basically talking about absolute insanity, but maybe not. The Greeks talked about this stuff. Because it was kind of like, from what I feel, the Greeks, a lot of this weird thinking was slowly being died down. So the Egyptians, I believe, talked like this too, just fourth-dimensionally. And then the Greeks connected to it through philosophies, whatever it might be. And then slowly, obviously, that's what Rome turned to more military, more reptilian. It kind of closed all that out. We're going to put in our imperial, you know, mind control state, you know, and change things. But I feel a lot of, it's like the Greeks had to be around as long as they did to kind of let the fourth dimension run its course and just clear it out as we go into complete and utter darkness, like where we're at right now. Shit. So like people would say too, like with all these little symbols and all these corporations and all that, but what about the words themselves? Obviously have energies too. Like Amazon's a pretty obvious one. So Amazon, like I say, Amazon aliens are here. Amazonians, I would call them, South America. You don't hear much about South America, do you? Not really. So at least gives you an idea they're kind of protecting the new world, the United States, because it plays a big, a big direction in our new our world. So aliens are already speaking to us, just in a different way. So just to give you a different perspective, some people call it crazy, but is it? So obviously it goes into other companies and their names too. Not that you want to connect all that crap, but it's like alien vibrations are in everything that we do in our lives, and kind of getting an understanding of it. The idea is to make life easier, not harder. Obviously can't tell people about this stuff because most people are shut down, but you know, as you become more understanding of your reality, you send out a more positive vibration around you. That positive vibration also helps you manifest, if you need to manifest. I mean, you're always manifesting, but some people want to manifest like a 10-story building or something like that, whatever. Those might take longer. But you're always manifesting. But just the idea of looking at the world differently doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. You should probably drive yourself nuts. But that's at least one. The Amazon thing's a little bit more of a clue of who's here. Now, yeah, the Amazonians are just protecting ourselves from blowing ourselves up. They're not too happy with how we're treating the Earth, but then again, we don't know what the hell we're doing anyway. Well, we're doing the best we can. We're not even ourselves. We're being kind of, the puppet masters are running the show, as you know. And it's more blame on them, not on us, because we don't really have control of our reality. Not really. I mean, I imagine a lot of people would like to save the Earth, nature-wise, but who has the resources for that? But those that are running the show do. So obviously they trash the planet to keep it at low vibration. So it's not. Blaming humans is not the best idea. Don't blame the controllers either, but we kind of ask for low energies happen to the Earth so we can learn more. We asked for a beating basically, so we can learn through what we need to learn through. Yeah, negativity teaches us a lot. Just become a better person basically. It has many lessons. I'm not going to go into full details of it, but yeah, as you look at things differently, alien energies become more obvious, little by little. When I connected to the Empire, the reptilians, they're fascinating because our Matrix. They go into the Archon energies and get more details of complicating our Matrix. That was it. When the atomic bomb hit, it did cause a lot of difficulties for our Matrix to rebuild itself. Obviously they enforced it a lot, but it did cause a lot of holes there. But at that time, people were so out of it and it was already off limits, people didn't really notice what the hell was going on, but our Matrix got majorly hit when those bombs went off. Now they protected other places, but that was the first time it ever happened in a long time. So that's so there's, like I said, with the holes in our not to say there's major ones we wouldn't notice, but then again, there are probably anomalies there that beings that are coming and going, depending on what frequency you're at, you can notice things that were, of course, who the hell is going to be in that area after something like that? So it did cause major backlash to the Matrix when those bombs were dropped. Now the other ones were more self-contained. They, it feels like the ones that hit in Japan was a different, they were expecting, but weren't really expecting. They weren't sure how, the grid would hold up. And it held up pretty well, but there was a lot of holes in it. Let's put it that way. I think that was one of the things they were telling me. Something like that. So, let's see. It's all part of our awakening a lot of negative beings wanted to cause that to just instill more fear. Obviously, it went into the atomic age. Everyone thought we were going to get annihilated. A lot of beings just love the hell out of that. Yeah, nice, huh? We're entertainment for the universe. Isn't that nice? So, we're kind of doing that. Once again, the consciousness is still having difficulties healing. With the stock market and all that, fear of all that. it just you get more connected to 4D, 5D energies, where you just don't worry about everything. You just kind of just concentrate on what you need now, and the future will build it up as it needs to. There are a lot of alien beings here right in our face, actually, that we don't recognize. Through our culture that we don't see, like through a bike, through a table, whatever it might be. IKEA. There's other energies there. There's a lot of alien vibrations there that will start to sort of make themselves known. A lot of them stay hidden for many reasons because they're not really ready to open up. The Amazon one's pretty much in our face. I think that one comes from, obviously the founder feels like it comes from Venus, but a lot of the energies come from Orion. So yeah, Orion plays a big role in our culture and our civilization. They've had worlds similar to this, but not to this extent. Obviously reptilian worlds, they're not saying where, but it's not just reptilian, but they're, yeah, they show me cow worlds. Jeez. They just can't seem to get a. They just can't seem to get a good gig anywhere, can they? Shit. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that we're just not. It feels like a cartoon. It's like, well, that's what the cartoons are there for, to kind of speak to you people. It's like, hey, we're here. So yeah, it's just slowly adapting to these energies that are going to be difficult for many people because they're not going to believe it. But when you connect more to this, you believe that, and this reality doesn't become anything anymore. It just kind of looks like a joke. No, it's learning. It's a lessons. It's all lessons, basically. It's what you need to grow. Everything here is for, it all serves a purpose. It might not serve a purpose for you, but it serves a purpose for somebody. Like eating like crappy fast food and getting sick from it might not serve your purpose, but somebody else. So, and sometimes you connect with somebody, you get sick or something, and you connect to a new person. So the timelines are all, we're not all here to understand it, but we will eventually start to see things, why certain people make certain decisions, and you just see a timeline energy coming from them and kind of seeing where they're going, possibly. It's just the mysteries of the world are going to become less of a mystery. And when you come out of the mystery, it's like, now I see the purpose of the mystery. So right now we're all kind of wanting to know more, but when you know too much, sometimes you want to know little because you grow more less you know. So it's weird, I know but we're here in time to learn what we need to know. So there's always going to be mysteries with all the alien beings and spirit beings. Nothing's going to be 100%, because like if you know too much, it kind of takes you out of the learning system. Like I say, you learn more when you don't know everything. It's just part of a certain part of learning that at our level we don't understand it. Even at the alien level, they understand to a certain extent. Obviously the higher dimensional beings is another story. Even they don't always know what the hell is going on. So the spirit world knows, but the alien world doesn't always need to know. They might think they know, but it doesn't mean they're right. So it doesn't matter. So yeah, there's always going to be mystery throughout the dimensions, no matter how high you go. Like you can go probably to the 12th dimension, and those be actually alien beings. They don't know what the hell they're doing. So they can have everything backwards. What you would think is that would make sense. So if that makes any sense. So hopefully that was bringing some assistance to where we're heading. We're basically heading more to the 4th dimension, little by little. And yeah, it's going to be kind of a crazy person dimension, but that is, yeah, the rest of reality is just, yeah, because you look at reality and it's all drama, 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 drama. And it's all lessons, 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 lessons. And it's just they're learning to, for many different reasons, obviously. But where we're heading is into a more time of understanding, knowing, but not knowing everything. So, alright, blessings. Hopefully that was bringing some assistance. The Andromedans are with you. They are assisting. They're not going to give you too much information. What you need here to survive. You are going into a new vibration of knowing that, yeah, you're just basically learning to get along with each other. That's the main message. Infighting doesn't help. Sometimes you do need to say what's on your mind, though, because some people miss information, so you putting it out there is what's needed. So, alright, much love, everyone. Alright, blessings.